Welcome terug to part 3 of Mncube, Guilty or Not Guilty. This is the Hot Series A. During the trial, the prosecution presented a crucial piece of evidence recovered directly from the scene of the crime, a Scotch cap hat left behind by the gunman inside the Vosloorus home. The state told the court directly that accused number 3, Mthobisi Mncube, was the man who wore that hat during the robbery. This should have been the state's smoking gun, direct to the defense. But when state forensic expert Captain Masetla took the stand to present the DNA analysis, the prosecution's narrative fell apart. The official DNA results presented by the state's own witness concluded that Mncube is entirely excluded as a donor of the DNA found on that hat. Let that sink in. The physical item left on the scene by the intruder contains DNA, but that DNA does not belong to Mthobisi Mncube. Instead of linking Mncube to Vosloorus, the state's own forensic evidence creates massive reasonable doubt. Furthermore, this DNA exclusion is backed up by digital evidence showing Mncube was located in Johannesburg, miles away from the crime scene. If the hat left by the killer doesn't have Mncube's DNA, who was actually wearing it? To make matters worse, photos of Mncube taken on October 26, 2014, presented in court as evidence by the state, shows that he was not wearing that hat in any of the pictures. In episode 4, we examine Mncube's phone records. The state used Section 205 cell tower pings to track his movements on October 26, 2014. Does his location data place him at the crime scene, or does it give him a rock-solid alibi? Click over to Mncube, Guilty or Not Guilty, episode 4 of 7 to find out.